Brian, it didn't start the plan, but it finished the plan.
Yeah, that's probably sums it up pretty well, Andy. We had a lot of ground to make up after a very short space of time. And coming off the bye, you're wondering whether, we'd measured it right and done all the right things. It was a tremendous effort by our boys, I thought, to hold themselves together mentally and then do what had to be done physically.
Most pleasing aspect of the win?
Probably the zero scoreline second half. Andy, our chairman Nick said he reckons it's 5 years since we've done it, but I think he might be prone to exaggeration when he's excited. But it's an achievement in modern day footy. Anytime I think there's to get it in the second half was when we were under the cosh, and particularly that last bit where we went down to 12 and we're up and we can't lose the game, but we still had guys throwing themselves everywhere to determined to keep them from scoring. I like that aspect of dedication to the cause, not letting your mate down.
You're back in the 8-2, Brian. Is that pleasing as
well? It's cosy, but that we're so far from the finishing line, and it doesn't matter at this point in time. But it feels like a month, or it probably is. It feels like maybe even longer than that since we had a win, because we had the bye and a couple of losses before that. So we've got a lot of work to do yet before we're back. But this is quite an achievement, I think, for our players to build confidence. We've come away and they were shooting to go back to the top of the table, and we've beaten a good team away from home.
A lot of interest in the bloke next to you, Brian. How did you rate his efforts tonight?
He did okay for a kid from the bush. Yeah, Mitchell's he brings a lot of things to our team as he has done throughout the season while I've been the coach. And I think he did pretty well tonight. I know where you're heading, but I'm not going to buy into all that.
2 tries quickly. What was said to make sure the wheels didn't fall off for you guys?
Yeah, everyone was pretty cool behind the line there. Braith kept it all pretty calm. We didn't have the best start, so I thought we still knew we were plenty very much so in the game, and we bounced back, which was a really good sign.
You've done it before, Mitchell. I'm sure you kept all the origin talk in the back of your mind. You probably didn't even know all that was being written about you in the press last week.
Yeah, I was just really excited to come back tonight. I'm looking forward to playing again next week, and I haven't even thought about it at all.
Obviously, there's something on your mind though. If they do come knocking for game 2, you feel you're up for it?
Oh, I wouldn't knock it back, and I don't think anyone would. But I honestly haven't thought about it. I'm just happy to get through this game. It's good to see my shoulder felt right, and to have a win. And I'm looking forward to working with the boys again and having another win next week, hopefully.
Does it feel good? You got through all right?
Yeah, it feels pretty much 100%. So that was a really good sign.
Jason and Jared up front, ably assisted by a good crew.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get those guys with some footy under their belt. Rozzy had a limited pre-season. Jared didn't have any at all. I thought Frank Paul, we tried something different with him tonight. He's been quite outstanding for us all year, but we've rolled him from front row to lock to second row because we're just trying to find the best make-up for our team. But, Nate did a great job with a lot of minutes again tonight and churned out a lot of work for us. But, I like young Mossy's game. I think he brings some things to the table. He's a massive kid with great feet and lovely balance. And young BJ did a good job. We had 2 debutants there tonight, and they didn't let us down by any means.
Brian, Sean Kenny-Dowell, he's moved in from the wing from last year. Was that something always in your plans when you went to the Roosters?
When I talked to all the guys in the off-season, he told me that he'd, just as a matter of course in finding out a bit about him, because I'd never been his coach before, so he told me then that as a kid he'd always played centre or a little bit of fullback, but he'd not actually played on the wing. So those of you who are wondering why he had some problems on the wing, it's not hard to work out, really.
Yeah, you must be happy with the way he's playing, though, because he's a big kid and
he
is
strong. He's very strong, yeah. I thought tonight I was pleased because he actually made a couple of poor decisions and didn't execute a couple of plays the way he would have liked. But tonight he pulled himself together really nicely and worked out what he needed to do and re-established himself as one of our better players, I thought, when we were under the cosh in the second half. He had some really good carries and steadied the ship.
Nate appeared to get banged up a bit tonight. Is he okay? Are there any other injuries?
No, I don't think so. To be honest, Andy, I didn't really check, but
Yep.
Nate was banged up all right, but you know he gets banged up most weeks when you play in the middle like he does and put in the effort that he does. But I think we got through without any major injuries, so we'll be getting ready to get banged up again next Saturday night at home v the Sharks.
Mitchell, what do you make of the Titans? What did you make of their performance out there and them as a side?
Yeah, obviously they've had a really good start to the season. I think if they beat us tonight, they were going to be tying first with the Dragons or something like that. So they obviously had a great start to the year and they were tough. We had to fight really hard to get back in the game. And they're up there with the toughest game we've played this year for sure.